Hello, I am Rokolbi as a moderator in this discussion. Okay, before we begin our discussion, let's say Basmalah. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim.
Okay, so we will discuss 5 questions about understanding concept of discourse analysis. Okay, the first question, what should we learn the Genesis discourse analysis? Please explain your answer. Okay, I will answer that number. According to Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary, an event is defined as the origin of beginning something. So we use the term to describe the origin. Discourse analysis in the subject previously stated that the conversation analysis has been carried out excited with various types. So the history of its construction will vary according to research using conventional analysis. Any addition?
Me, I want an addition.
Okay, Andes, time is yours.
All right, about the first question, I just wanna give addition, because the history of development of discourse analysis varies according to the studies that interact with discourse analysis, and here we only discuss the general histories of discourse analysis related to linguistics. It can be said that it was linguistic theory that gave rise to the theory of discourse analysis. They refer to see how the process of discourse analysis occurs in linguistic studies. It is better if we first examine the development of linguistic theories, because this cannot be separated from the origins of discourse analysis. I think just like that, moderator.
Okay, any others want to add? Okay, time is your Andi Nur Khairil.
I think
Yoladinda, you wanna try?
maybe next question.
Oh, okay. So the answers
No.
are clear. Okay. The next question. Do you agree with saying that the development of discourse analysis theory is strongly influenced by development of linguistic theories? Why? Please explain the reasons for your position.
Me, moderator.
Okay, Andes, time is yours.
All right. About this question, I think I just have a short answer. So my question is, I really agree, because it can be said that it was linguistic theory that gave rise to the theory of discourse analysis, and that linguistic theories cannot be separate from the origins of discourse analysis. I think just like that. About my opinion.
Okay. Any other suggestion? Vivi, do you want to add something?
Me moderator, I wanna
Okay,
addition.
okay. You, Adinda Sari, time is yours.
Yes. Okay, I wanna addition for this question. My opinion, discourse analysis is a linguistic study. So yes, discourse analysis is a science about language, then automatically linguistics is the root of discourse analysis. Therefore, discourse analysis cannot be separate for linguists because linguist theory is what gives rise to the theory of discourse analysis. So I think enough from me. Maybe
Oh,
uh, if you wanna add,
Vivi, do you want to add something?
no.
Okay, so it's clear for number 2. Okay, let's move to number 3. What First, what is traditional grammar theory? Next, what is the main principle of this theory? What do teachers who adopt the principle do in teaching language? And what are the products of this theory? What is the main shortcoming of this theory? And what grammar translation method and its relation to traditional grammarism? Okay, who want to answer this?
Me, moderator.
Okay, Andi Nurfairil, Tamik Frost. Yours.
Okay, traditional grammar is theory, the study of grammar, introduced and developed in the 18th century and 19th in Europe, such as Greece and Rome. According to Smith, theory traditional grammar is the study of the structure and formation of words like morphology and sentences like syntax, usually without much reference to sound and meaning. Next is about the main principle promoted by this theory is that governance language in this tradition reflect the prescriptive view that one dialect or variety of language should be valued more highly than others and should become the norm for all speakers of the language. By therefore, in teaching language, the teacher must make certain language rules as absolute reference that must be fully studied and followed by all language learners. Next, one of the most powerful works on grammar of the 18th century is the work of Lindley Murray, called Murray's First English Grammar, published in 1794. The book has been continuously updated in new editions over the years and continues to grow all the time. The next is about the main weakness of this theory is the prescriptive approach. Many linguists believe that language teaching using this approach is not strong enough to develop the largest knowledge and language skills as the focus is limited to the reference language which consequently makes knowledge the student's language is isolated by the standard language component. Next, many teachers hold classes their language under the guidance of this method at the time. The method implemented with the following characteristics. The first one is the main objective of teaching foreign language is to read text written in a foreign language but not in spoken language. The dominant activity in class is translating the foreign language into English someone's mother. Learners take decided to be able to communicate in a foreign language because oral language skills are not the target of this teaching method. Even though the translation method has been abandoned by many teachers current language, but keep in mind that criticism of this method is considered pioneer of various language and linguistic teaching theories, including theories next generation linguistics such as structuralism and functionalism. Okay, that's all for me.
Okay, thank you, Vivi. So, anyone want to give suggestion? Or it's crystal clear, I think. So we move to the next question. What do you know of structural structu- what do you know of structuralism theory? Please explain your answer to this question by referring to the trees. First, structure what is structuralism theory and what does the Saussure say about the structure of language? What are the main principles of this theory? What is informal method and what its relationship to the structural theory? What are the characteristics of the method? And what is the main shortcoming of the story? And what is error analysis and what is the relation to the structuralism theory? Okay, anyone want to answer this question? Okay, you Larinda, time is yours.
Okay, thanks. I will give opinion about this question, namely what is structuralism theory and what does the Saussure say about the structure of language. Structuralism theory focuses on examining language as a static system, interconnect units. The Saussure suggests that language are formed by things that eventually result in conditional liberation or speech. A paragraph here is then understood as any meaningful event that has been made possible and arranged to some extent by a pre-existing sign system. Next question is, what are the main principles of this theory? Structuralism uses a descriptive approach that allows learners to try to find sentences rules that people follow when they say things like sentence without the rules specified in the book to the follow. Therefore, students are more free in expanding their learning scope in honing skill. Next question is, what is informant method and what is relationship to the structuralism theory? My opinion, the informant method is a method that analyzes information about the subject being studied as that by the informant who serve a search of phrase, vocabulary, and that provide sentence to imitate. Then the relationship between the informant method and structuralism is the linguist in charge of overseeing the teaching and learning process. The linguist know nothing about the target language, but he is trying to get the basic square of the target language from the informant. Next question, what are the characteristics of the method? The characteristic of this method, namely drilling is the main activity in the classroom, and then learning a foreign language requires habitation using a language that begins with imitation, repeating the continuous use of language component until the learner feels is natural to experience everything as learning in the foreign language. And then teachers should direct their learners to practice the same sentence over and over again to gain familiarity with some sentence. And next question is, what is the main shortcoming of this theory? Because in this method implies about the structure. Learners are expected to be able to speak a foreign language in accordance with the correct language structure. Therefore, students who are not very proficient in structure will not be confident in communicate, so it will cause learners to be less communicate. And then the last question is, what is error analysis? And what is relation to the structuralism theory? Error analysis is an attempt to investigate an error. The relationship with structuralism theory is that is structuralism the teacher is required to prevent students from making mistakes while speaking, or teachers are required to be able to analyze the mistake made by the learners. So every time an error is found, the teacher must correct it immediately. This is done to avoid mistake due to letting students get used to making mistakes. Okay, I think that's all from me.
Okay, for all of you guys, is
Maybe
there any question?
anyone wanna add?
Anyone want to giving suggestion or anything?
I think clear moderator.
Okay, it's clear. So now we move to the last number. First, what do you know of structuralism theory? Please explain your answer to this question by referring to these things. First, what is functionalism theory and what does Chomsky say about language? Number two, what are the differences between Chomsky view and Himes about language? What is the main principle of this theory? And what is CLT method and its relation to functional theory? What are the relationship between discourse analysis and functionalism theory? Who want to answer this?
Me moderator.
Okay, Andes, it's yours.
All right. Thank you, moderator, about this question. I want to try to answer. The first question is, what is theory of functionalism and what does uh, Chomsky say about language? All right. The theory of functionalism is an approach to the study of language, which studies the function performed by the use of language. He views language as a communication system consisting of components of form and function that must be learned by learner as unit of knowledge. Chomsky's view of language. He claims language as habitual structure that is thought by presenting stimulus and response, reinforcement and association. He also stated that learning theory in the two traditional approach cannot be considered a model of how humans learn language due to the fact that much of human language use doesn't imitate behavior, but is created from knowledge that underlies abstract rules passed down from innate aspect of the mind and the process of human experience through language. And then about the difference between Chomsky's views and Himes about language. Okay, the difference between Chomsky and Himes' views. Chomsky's view is recognized as a linguistic competence related to the abstract abilities possessed by a speaker that enable them to produce grammatical correct sentence and use abstract abilities to match sound and meanings that enable them to use and understand a language. Meanwhile, according to Himes, linguistic theory needs to be seen as part of a more general theory that combines communication and culture. Himes, with the sociolinguistic tradition, has a broader view of the term in which it includes not only grammatical competence, but also sociolinguistic and contextual competence. And the next question is, what is the main principle of this theory? Okay, the main principle of this theory is that in addition to studying language forms, one also examine aspects of language function by analyzing language discourse, both spoken and written, to find the purpose behind the use of certain utterance in communication. That way, we can identify the language function of the sentence used by native speaker in social interaction. And then, what is CLT method and its relation to functionalism theory? The CLT method is an approach to language teaching that emphasizes interaction as a means and a goal. This is closely related to the theory of functionalism because the theory of the communicative approach of language is the basis of functional theory, where language skills are not enough just to teach language from such as pronunciation, vocabulary, and grammar. Then knowledge of the form of language must be supported by knowledge of how language function for communication according to the social and cultural context it's used. And the last is what the relationship between discourse analysis and functionalism theory. All right, the relationship between discourse analysis and functionalism theory, because functionalism theory is known as an approach to language studies that studies the function performed by the use of language. Discourse analysis is present as this discipline used to describe language in context. I think that's all about my answer to this question. Back to moderator.
Okay, thank you, Andes. Anyone want to add suggestion? Atau
Me moderator, I want to add suggestion.
yes, you may. Time is yours.
Okay, well, I want to give opinion about the question, what is functionalism theory and what does Chomsky say about language? Functionalism theory is known as the language study approach that studies the function performed by the use of language. He views language as a communication system consisting of components of forms and functions that must be learned by the learner as a unit of knowledge. Chomsky based his theory on the assumption that language becomes part of the human component and a distinctive product of human reason, because the element that distinguishes humans from animals is their intelligence and ability to think. For Chomsky, grammar is a system of rules that connect sound and meaning. I think that's all. Thanks.
Okay, thank you. Is there any suggestion again, or it's clear? I think it's already clear. So I want to close this session. Before that, let's say hamdalah. Alhamdulillahirabbil alamin.
Alhamdulillah.
Amin.
Alhamdulillah.